I know some of you can remember when they used to say, this is the last call for all alcohol. But we like to do it a little bit different for you. This is the last call for all the true believers. I want you to get your ticket in your hand. This train is heaven bound. Here we go. Brother Derek Hall. Come on, y'all, give him a hand. Come on, brother Eldon T on the tenor sax. Come on, y'all give him a hand. Now we got the maestro on the organ. Y'all gotta break it down. Brother Carl, the Rev, Wheeler.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know what just happened to Friday Night Live. I am your host, Kat Carter. How is everybody doing? OMG. I tell you what, if that's any inclination, this is going to be an amazing show. And you know what? My big brother is here. I am so excited. This is our first show of 2024, and we have the man, the musical poet, the funky saxophonist player, Quintin Gerard W is in the house, y'all. And okay, so he was supposed to do like a 30-minute interview. And I was like, you can stay with me for the whole hour if you want to. You know what he said? Let's do it. So I tell you what, let me tell okay, his bio is like, it would take me 15 minutes to read his bio, but I have just a few things that I just want to tell you, some accolades about Quintin. First off, he has been performing for over 30 years and has been recognized globally for his outstanding work and contribution to jazz music. He has also recorded or performed with some of the greats. He's a great himself, but he's performed with some greats. Uncle Charlie Wilson, Kenny Garrett, Jeff Lobar, Club Nouveau, Dave Kaz, OMG, Shaka Khan, Najee, Rick James, really? And the list goes on. He has also recorded TV commercials such as for the Levi's, for Estee Lauder, for Sears, and he was also a featured soloist in the TV movie Here Comes the Monsters Halloween special. Y'all know the Monsters, right? Y'all know that, right? Yeah. Yeah. And he is also a member of the original award-winning San Diego-based jazz fusion group Under the Lake, which has multiple CD releases to date as well. Now, you all know that I had like a little educational journey that just completed. I am done. I am finished. But he has done something really notable with his music that is very dear to my heart because I am a scientist and I do research. Okay. So I wanted to tell you all this. I didn't know if you all knew this. He is currently being used in clinical research and medical studies to help find a cure for patients who are suffering from epilepsy and other neurological disorders. This cause is endearing to him as he lost his older brother to epilepsy. Quintin is currently working with medical doctors in the field who have already indicated signs of progress from their patients while listening to his music. Come on, somebody. All right. So please welcome back to FNL, the visionary and musical poet known as the funky sax player, national recording artist, Quintin Gerard W. Take yourself off mute. Take yourself off mute. You're on mute. Take yourself.
There you go. What's up, Dr. Carter? We're back.
Oh my goodness, Quintin.
Going.
Oh my goodness. I am just so excited to have you on this show. You just don't even know.
Oh my gosh, it's been a year already. I'm old now, and one more than passed by. So
I know, and it went by kind of fast, didn't it?
it flew by. Last year was a blaze because
oh my God. Last year was kind of hard for me though. I had some it was 23 was something. I was kind of glad to come on over to 2024. There were some things going on. It just
how you doing? I mean, I know you got some things going last year, boy. Dr. Carter, are you serious now? You gonna tell us about that?
Yeah, I finished in December, Doctorate of Education for Health Professions.
Well, look at
I got my shirt on. Let me.
See, I'm gonna flip the script. I'm gonna be the interviewer now. You're the interviewee.
Okay, that's right. Thank you.
I have some laughs today. I know. I can feel it. Coming. Congratulations, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Huge, man.
Well, what have you been doing in 2024? You got some great things. I know you got to tell us. We're gonna be talking about all kinds of stuff on this show. Oh my God.
We got some stuff to talk about. So roll it. Whatever
you ready?
You want to know,
you ready? Just get right into it. I see you.
Whatever you want to know, I'm ready to tell you.
All right. Okay, so
I got my college education ready for you this time. Because I know you're coming with something on me. I know you're going to get me. I'm ready this year. Give me like last year. I know.
All right.
I'm ready for
So
it.
first off, pretty sure people are curious, like what inspired you, or did somebody inspire you to even start picking up the saxophone and playing it?
Um, well, good questions to start off here. In my family, music was a big part of my family growing up. So I was the youngest of really six, seven. One of my brother's siblings passed away
Yeah, yeah.
as an infant, but I was the baby of six kids, and my older brothers played music. They played clarinet. So, and my mom sang in church. So
Yeah, yeah.
there's music, and then I grew up in New Orleans area, so music was everywhere. It was just a part of life. I mean, it was a part of the culture. And so my older brothers playing clarinet, I would always sneak into their bedroom and go sneak and grab the clarinet and hide with it and open it up and just look at it and something about that smell of the case and everything like that. Kenny Garrett mentioned that too.
Really?
Yeah, he said there was something about the smell of a woodwind instruments case that it's really weird, but it's really intriguing, and it attracts you somehow. It's a weird deal. But anyway, I used to sneak in there, grab the clarinet, and put it together, and then of course they'd come and find me. What the heck are you doing with my clarinet, boy? And then yank it from me, And I was fascinated with the instrument, the design of it, all of the keys and everything like that. So I decided to follow in their footsteps and not play clarinet, but play saxophone.
Okay. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
A
goodness.
long history.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
God, man.
So
It's fast.
well, yeah, he not that old, y'all. He not that old. Don't yeah, he not that old. But what I usually do, like when I have a guest come, I go back and refresh myself with their music, see if there's new stuff going on, and I look at the comments. Especially, you guys go check out one place you can find Quintin's music is YouTube, and you can tell us some other places where we can find it as well. But when I went in there, I looked at the comments as well, and they were describing your music, and it was like, and I felt the same way. One comment said, "It sounds like silk." Like, so usually when you say jazz, you hear somebody say it's smooth, but yours is like silk.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
You guys, I am just so excited for y'all to hear his music. Quintin has a flavor all on his own. He is not like any other jazz or saxophonist. He has he is oozing with musical creativity.
You're embarrassing me right now, right?
I'm sorry.
I'm so embarrassed.
But it is true, and I'm just so honored. I'm so honored to know you. You know what, Quintin? I've known you, I think, 2 years. I met you in NAMM.
Right.
Yeah, I met you in NAMM, and it's just been a fun ride. It's been a divine collaboration, and I'm just very honored and grateful to have you.
Hey, man, the pleasure's
but
all mine, Dr. Carter. I'm as honored to meet you and be a part of your world as well, man.
Thank you so much. But how would you describe your music if somebody asked you how to describe your music? How would you describe it?
Whoa. Well, the description of my music is, I guess you would say, it's organic, and it just, hey, man, I don't have any boundaries in the terms of the way I approach the saxophone or the way I approach music. I just use myself as more like a conduit, so to speak. I'm a conduit, and I get that spiritual thing in my head, and I get a melody that way. Not that anybody else doesn't or can't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that primarily, for me, music is a spiritual thing. It's not a technical thing.
I agree.
It never has been technical, although when you're going through a music academia program, or if you're studying music, it really kind of takes on the nature of being a technical thing as opposed to a spiritual thing. So with my music, I adhere to and I acknowledge the technical side of it, and theory side of it, theoretical aspects of it, but I never wanted that, or I never allow that to supersede the natural spiritual element of it. So, And I think because of that, that enables me to reach within and play not what I've learned, but play what I hear. And that's the difference, I guess you would say, between my music and anybody else's, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't really play what
Yeah.
technically is right. Although I have the ability to do that, I try to play something spiritually that I hear, that a melody, like Miles used to say. He says, there's always a melody within a melody within a melody. So I would always try to find a melody. And then once you find that melody, create a melody from that melody, and so
Yeah.
on and so on, and into infinity. So, and that's very important to me, and the way I approach music and the way I play. And it's got to feel something. If it doesn't feel, if you don't feel it, then
Hmm.
it's really not really, in my world. It doesn't fit.
That is really deep. What I got from that is your interpretation, how you interpret the music is what we're hearing, and it's based on what you believe music is. That is really deep.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah. I mean,
that is really deep.
like I said, it's a music is the primordial vibration. I mean, even the planet Earth has a frequency it vibrates on, and it expands and it contracts.
Hmm.
Everything in life we do has a sound wave associated with it. You know what I'm saying? So that, from the traffic on the highway to the alarm clock to your cell phone, everything has a frequency that it travels on. And if you can tap into that and understand that, and I'm getting really, I guess, philosophical or technical, if you want to do that, but you know, that's how I approach it, and that's how I've always felt it, and that's why a lot of people haven't really heard of Quintin Gerard, maybe up until now, for the people that are here listening, or that are really just now starting to get introduced to my music, is because um, my music didn't really fit the airwaves or the genre of music for many years, because I just failed at conforming or conformity to what that sound that they were
Hmm.
producing and putting out on
Hmm.
the airwaves. I didn't fit that box. I didn't fit in that box. I was like a square peg trying to get into a circle. Well, fortunately, as fate would have it, you continue long enough and you just keep living. And now all of a sudden, people are kind of really wanting something a little bit more than canned product, so to speak.
Yeah,
That's what it was called back then. I mean, it's like, and that is no disrespect to anybody else out there that plays anything. I'm
absolutely,
talking
absolutely.
about my experience,
Right.
because that's the question you asked me. You asked me what is my music and how does it
Hmm.
play, right?
Hmm.
So now people are looking for that spiritual thing. They're looking for something that makes them feel something. And boy, here I am. And all of a sudden they're getting tuned into Quentin Gerard's music. And when you listen to it, you can definitely feel something.
That's for sure. Yes, absolutely. So, I know that you were one of my artist friends that you did a lot of stuff independently without the support of like a major label.
Mhm.
Can you share a little bit of that, like the trial of just having to go through that and without that kind of support? I'm sure it probably would have been maybe a little easier if you had the label, but
Yeah,
to have to do everything on your own, I think it adds a little something to it
yeah,
too
yeah,
as well.
yeah, man. Listen, that being said, let me preface that by saying I had about three opportunities to sign with the record labels. Okay, so
Hmm.
it wasn't as though people didn't know who I was or what I was. As a matter of fact, Stevie Wonder himself called me, and we talked on
Wow.
the phone. And Stevie uh, suggested that I contact some people over at Mojazz Records. At
Hmm.
the time, it was a new startup label with Motown. And Stevie heard my music and he was like, "Oh, dude, you're ready to record." So he, made some phone calls and put me in touch with that thing. However, just as that one, as the other two, when we got to the final process of that thing, something always kind of happened for me in my situation where the deal didn't go through.
Interesting.
And I'm gonna just leave it right there. So
Yeah.
there were three labels that happened, and I can say objectively, one of the issues were with one of them that they wanted me to sound like another artist, and I was like, I can't do that. So it would do me no good to sign a deal with you and you're trying to get me to sound like somebody else. I can't sound like somebody else. I can only sound like myself. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Kate, as you would know, at that point, fate would have it that I can't sign that deal because I'm not going to do a deal like that where I've got to go in and attempt to put out a record that sounds like someone else. And that's what was going on kind of in the 90s and things like that. They see what's working and then they want you to just mimic that or emulate that. I'm like, look, no, dude, I'm me.
Right. Right.
I'm not trying to be
Exactly.
somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that being said, that's why you never heard of Quintin Gerard W in the mainstream world, and that's why I never signed those deals. So I had to go the independent route. And fortunately for me, I ran into two people that were very instrumental in my process in my career. One was a young lady named Kat Green, and she was an independent artist. And another person was a man by the name of Jason Tipp, and he was the lead, the band leader of the group Under the Lake, which I eventually became a member of.
Hmm.
We were doing a Grammy after party performance. I was hanging around with Shanice Wilson and her camp, and they were playing, and their saxophone player didn't show up. And so they saw me, and I happened to have my saxophone, so
Wow.
they gave me an on-the-spot audition, literally
Wow.
10 minutes before the gig started. And gave me some sheet music and said, hey, can you read music? I said, yeah, man, I can read music. And say, okay, here, play this. And I played it. And they said, okay, do you want to join the band? Like that night, So,
Wow.
and me and Jay, who right now is number 18 on Billboard, we've been friends for over almost 25, going on 30 years now. And Kat Green and Jay really taught me how to start a record company, start a label, and build a label. And thus the label OTS Music, which is what I'm still on, and it is my label that I started, is the venue in which I actually got my music out independently to everybody. So to answer the question, yeah, it would have been probably a lot easier, with the support of a major label like Mojazz or any of the others that I'm not going to mention at this point. The only reason I'm mentioning Mojazz because they're not around anymore.
Hmm.
But I paved the way for myself. I didn't take no for an answer, and I didn't let anybody tell me that I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, and if there's any artists out there listening, you have to understand that this is the music business, and you're just going to have to understand that sometimes you may have to wear a different hat. And
Mm.
for me, I had to wear the artist hat and the record company hat too,
Oh.
to build my label. And so here I am.
All right. Well, let's listen to one of your projects. The first one is Now and Forever, and you're live at the Rodney R. Laughlin Performance Art
Yeah,
performing
Rodney LaFawn performance.
Levon. Okay, yeah. Tell us about that.
Yeah, let me tell you a little something about that.
Okay.
Rodney LaFawn was my first band teacher in like third grade. Yeah, and so he's recently passed on, but they named that Performing Arts Center in honor of him, uh, and it was an honor to actually go there and perform there. They called me and they wanted me to perform for all of the public schools in the parish. In Louisiana, we have parishes instead of counties.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the parishes, public school systems and employees and teachers all came to this performance. And as I mentioned, me being organic, I submitted this video to you because it's just me and the saxophone on stage in front of 1,500 people, which can be frightening for some folks, but for me, it was a beautiful experience because it exemplifies my life. It's always just been me and my saxophone. I very rarely have any help to do anything. So me and my saxophone are best friends, and this is how we get down. So check it out.
All right, let's check it out. Quintin, when you sent me that project and I listened to it and there was no background band, there was nothing, it was just you, I was just floored. I have never seen a full, like, you might hear a couple of seconds of somebody playing something and there's no, but a whole, that blew my mind. I have never seen that before. Just you and the beautiful sound of that saxophone. That was beautiful.
Hey man, thanks. I appreciate it. It's nerve wracking, but you know, it is what it is. So sometimes, you know, you just got to do it like that.
Yeah.
Cat, every gig is different. So you may have to do that. You know, sometimes you'll have a full band and sometimes just you know, depending on what they call you for and what you have to do.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what it called for. So hopefully I delivered you know, good performance there.
Oh wow, that was beautiful. So I am so excited for you about what we're about to talk about next, and I'm kind of like upset a little bit. So I want to talk about NAM, and the reason why I want to talk about, so NAM, you guys, it was founded in 1901. It's the National Association of Music Merchants, and they mission to strengthen the music products industry and promote the pleasures and benefits of making music. And every year, me and one of my media directors, Karan, we go to NAM.
Yeah,
okay. This year, we're not going to be able to go because there's several graduations, including myself. But I want to show you this. Look, Quintin. Let me pull this out so y'all can see. That's me and you.
Yeah,
that's me and you. That was 2001. I think I had just met you, and I think I was listening to something on your phone. You were showing me something on your phone. Look how serious I look. Oh my gosh. I don't know what you were showing me.
I don't know either. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Nope.
Yeah, but that's when I met Quintin. I met Quintin in 2001. So you're going to be there. And, okay, y'all, when you get there, everybody, there's this huge stage. It's usually on the outside. And this is like, I call it the spotlight stage, because only the best get on there. I know one year Fred Hammond was on there. Like, there are all kinds of people that be on there, but it's only selected people. And guess who's going to, is that the stage you're going to be on?
Yeah, we're going to be on the ADJ Arena stage, which is right outside the convention center.
Oh, my goodness.
Right at the entrance. So I'm actually going to be performing there with Jason Tip, actually. So we're going to be doing some of the songs off of his latest album,
Wow.
A Table for One, which is a great CD. If you guys haven't heard it, check it out and get a copy of that, man. I think it's awesome. And I'm also going to be headed up to Portland to perform with him up in Portland, Oregon in February. I think second week of February as well. So be kind of like a preview of what we're going to do up there.
I am so happy for you and excited for you at the same time. OMG. You better be glad I wasn't there, because I'd be the one hollering and probably embarrass y'all. I'd be back there hollering and acting a fool and carrying on.
Yeah,
but
man.
I'm just so excited for you. Oh my gosh.
It's going to be good to get back to NAMM in January again, because, we had that COVID messed it up, and it was in April or May or something like that the last 4 years, and kind of really weird. But this is the first year since COVID that it's back on its original time schedule, which is January. So I'll be leaving here on Wednesday, headed out to California to do that, and I'll be out there for a week.
Okay. All right. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Okay, there's that interview question again. I knew it was coming. See, you kind of almost had me. You thought you had me. I know you did. Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, everything's going cool right now, but she's up to something. And I know eventually she's going to drop it on me. And there it is. That's the one. 5 years. This is that interview question, okay?
Okay.
It's going to be in 5 years. Well, I hope to be still alive in my skin in 5 years.
In Jesus' name. Yes.
Let me start with that. And listen, man, I'm just building something here for me and my son Lamech, who's a guitar player. And we're getting these records going and these singles going. And hopefully I hope to have my name embedded as at the top of the smooth jazz, contemporary jazz charts as I am now, and continue to do what I am doing. And, living life and being good and being moral and holy and righteous and all that good stuff. And, just living good life, man. That's it for me right now. I'm kind of where I always wanted to be. It took a little while to get here, but I'm happy to say that it feels good to be on this side of the fence. And I've got some great projects that I have lined up with some different artists and things like that I'm working on. And we're just going to keep that thing rolling, man, as much as I can until people get tired of hearing it.
We will never get tired. I think we are blessed to be able to experience your gift. And speaking of charts, and correct me if I'm wrong, Quintin, but Quintin has been on the top of the charts on the Billboard Smooth Jazz Airplay Smooth Jazz Network chart and Media Base chart. Did I got it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's 3 of them. Yeah.
I know, right, Gerald? Oh my gosh. Well, like I said earlier, I just feel like Quintin is like oozing with musical genius. He's got so much creativity. Not only does he play contemporary jazz, but he also knows classical jazz. But I believe that he's pretty fluent in all of the genres as far as knowing him. Like, do you like R&B? Do you like some R&B?
Absolutely. I mean, that's like a part of my musical history.
Oh, I was hoping that you would say that because we fixing to play a game. I knew it. Here she goes. Okay, so this is our guessing game. It's called Categorize. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some pictures.
How many parks are in California again?
I'm gonna put pictures on the screen, and they represent a song, and you got to look at the picture and figure out which R&B song it is. You ready?
Okay.
We'll start with the easy one. Okay. You ready? All right, here we go.
Here we
Okay,
go.
let me see. I gotta take Gotta take you off for a second. All right, here we go. Here's the first one. What's the song?
Blowing kisses or something? Kissing.
Kiss?
Kiss.
All right, who sang that song?
Prince.
Prince? Yeah. Oh. All right, he's one. He's got one right. He's got one right, y'all. He's got one right.
You didn't play with that one video for the bus.
Oh, see, yeah, I had to tell Quintin about that later. Okay, all right, you got one right. You ready? You ready? You ready? You doing? That was easy.
This is like an IQ test. I'm going to fail miserably. No,
you're not. You got this. You got this. Okay, here's the next one.
Okay. September. That's Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, shut your mouth and keep on talking.
Yeah, that was easy. You should have gave me that one first.
What you know about Earth, Wind, and Fire, the elements? I know you know about the Earth, Wind, and Fire. All right, y'all. All right. He's 2 for 2. 2 for 2. I bet he won't get this one. All right, you ready?
You're going to stump me on this one. Watch.
All right, here we go.
What is that? It's a genie lamp?
What do you do with a genie lamp?
You rub it.
What do you do?
I wish. Stevie Wonder, I wish.
Oh, I thought I had you. Oh, man.
I was a genie lamp. I was like, genie lamp.
I know that song. You know those words. Looking back going now. Okay.
You better know that one.
All right, this is the last one. This is the last one. This is the last one. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, on a roll. What?
Who's?
I even know something about this.
You know something about that?
You right there. That's Quintin popping, man. On a roll.
Who's the artist for that one?
That's Quintin Gerard W right there.
That's Gerard W. Oh, yes. Okay, so our next project that you sent, you're at a high school and you're actually doing this one. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, this is me being me again. Like I said, a lot of times when people see artists, they don't see all of the gigs that we do. They typically see us on stage with a full band. But we get calls, and I got a call from my high school that I graduated from to come back and perform for the football team before they went to do a playoff game that they managed to get to, and give an inspirational speech to these kids, and talk to them about life and about my career and
that's awesome.
Successes and failures, and just give them a preview of what life is like and how you become successful.
Mm-hmm.
So I was up to that challenge, and I went back to school and I performed on a roll for them, as a matter of fact.
All right, y'all, let's check it out. You know what? I think that's just really I don't want to use the word awesome, but I want to use a better word to that. When you go back and you encourage the children or the younger ones, and they're probably like tripping because wow, he graduated from the same school that we go to now, and look at him. Like you can really you can change a young person's life by doing stuff like that, even if it's just one. Man, you don't. I mean, you just never know who you really encourage just for you to go back and see and they experience you. Wow, that's something.
Yeah, Kat, and what you don't see in that video, because of course we couldn't play the whole thing.
Yeah.
There was a question answer session after.
Oh wow, yeah.
And some of the questions and comments I received, some of these kids that were in that particular setting were some of what we call trouble students or students that were hard to manage.
Yeah.
And they sent them to me for a reason,
Wow.
because they wanted them to get inspired or have some inspiration about positivity and being positive in their life, and how going down that other path leads to, not such good things. So I looked at that as a challenge to have an opportunity to speak to some of the kids that were a little bit more, challenged in terms of behavior and behavior patterns and things like that. And man, one of them just opened up to me and explained to me, how, they used to play music and they were told they were not good at it. And so that's why he started playing football. And I told him, I said, well, you know what, you can always go back and do music and you can still do football. You don't have to do one or the other. You could do both. And so we just got into a conversation, and all of them just started feeling comfortable and opened up in that environment. And it was really good to have an opportunity to go back there and just, one-on-one, show them what I did and show them that, look, I'm an open book. I'm cool. We can talk, and you guys can talk to me about anything. And we talked about music. We talked about sports. We talked about life. I told them how, most of you guys in this room are not going to make it as football players. I told them about my experience when I moved to Los Angeles and I was living in my car, sleeping in my car.
Yeah.
That's a real story.
Yes.
But you don't let these things define you. You don't let that determine who you are. Those are just little temporal things that you have to get through. They're not permanent fixtures in your life. So
come on, Quintin. Yes.
I discussed that with them. So
yeah.
So that's why I wanted to share that video. I've got other stuff, of course, but those videos like that and those performances like that are the ones that really resonate with me. So
yeah, and I believe it does. I believe that. Yeah. Okay. Where can we find your music? Besides your website, we have the website on there, but
you do. Yeah, no, you can go to. Well, I mean, it's on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music. It's in Amazon. It's in all of those streaming platforms and online retailers as well. So you can get it.
Yeah.
Just type it in. Type my name and it'll pop up.
But if you guys go to his website, you can actually buy his music. You can also see he has a calendar of his events and things that's going on, where he's going to be at. Has all kinds of stuff. You'll see his whole bio. My
whole life is for the whole world to see my whole life is exposed.
Right?
Anybody cares.
Oh my gosh. It's a really nice website. You all should check it out. Okay. I need to do a trivia right quick. We got to give something away. And then on the other side of that, you have a new project that I definitely want to talk about and get that in. So we'll do that. Okay. So hold on 1 second, Quintin. All right, here is the trivia question. Originally, Amazon only sold what kind of product? Was it books? Was it music with CDs? Was it movies with the VHS and the DVDs? Or was it tools? Put what you think it is in the comments. Do I have any more cutting boards? Let me see. Okay, up for grabs is an FNL. Like you can put your hot plate, like your hot like if you're cooking something on the stove and you can put the pot on here.
Yeah.
I don't know, what are these called?
Put your pot on.
I don't know what these are called, but that's what warmer, the heat. Yeah. So that's what's for grabs.
It's the pot on here thing. That's
The pot, yeah, the pot on here thing. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Quintin, let's talk about your new project, which is Tell Me Something.
yeah.
What you want to know, Quintin? What you want me to tell you? Tell you
Tell
something.
me something, anything, man. Somebody needs to start talking. I do all the talking. Somebody needs to tell me something. What's going on in your life? What's going on in your world? Tell me something, man.
Wow.
It can't be no foolishness though.
No foolishness.
No foolishness. Tell me something that's relevant. Tell me something that's good, positive, that's upbeat, that's informative. We got enough foolishness in this world. We need to get rid.
All right. So tell us how it got started. How'd you come up with that name? Whatever you want to tell us about it. We want to hear it.
All right, man. Well, thanks to you, Dr. Carter, and this wonderful platform that you have here called Friday Night Live, I was able to be introduced to one of your artists that was on here, and his name is Gary Smoot.
Gary!
Yeah, Gary, man. And this fabulous musician, this fabulous cat man I found, and we kind of, as fate would have it, over the last year and a half, we just got together and became good friends, and found out that we had a lot in common musically and personally as well. And we became somewhat of a songwriting duo team here. And we collaborated together on this song that's called Tell Me Something. And that's how that song came about. I was working on my album, and I told Gary, I said, Gary, you know what, man, I need a ballad. And I don't really have one on my album. I had, and he says, okay, Q, no problem. So, and he's the ultimate professional. So,
yes,
I was like, 2 days later, I got maybe 2 or 3 days. It couldn't have been more than 3 days later. I got a chime from him in my text box, and he said, hey, Q, listen at this. And when I turned it on, and he said, what do you think? I said, oh yeah, that's going on my record.
Yeah.
So he gave me the rhythm track to it, and then I wrote the sax melody, and we collaborate on that, and that's where Tell Me Something. He had already named it Tell Me Something, so I didn't have anything.
Wow.
Gary named it Tell Me Something. And
so,
I said, yeah, that's a good title, and it's a good name, and the track just felt good. It just felt comfortable. It was one of the few songs that I recorded that literally it was not laborious. This song, when you hear it, everything you hear about it was natural, and it just was almost literally the first take. I mean, the melody line came the first take. I only had to do the harmonies and things like that afterwards, but there was no like overdubbing and trying to fix things. I mean, I just felt that song right out the bat. So, oh yeah, yeah, there's Gary. Yeah.
I know he was over there lurking.
Yeah, he was, man. Because he told me that. He said, man, I told him, no, you're not getting this one, G. I'm going to take that one.
That, that just really, that really touched my heart, my soul, to be able to be in a small part, just to be able to help a little bit with the artist. That's just wonderful. For those who don't remember who Gary is a beast on the keys, on the keyboard and the piano. He is no joke. And he is a dear friend of ours. And every time he comes on here too, we have a crazy time too as well. So don't feel bad. We get him too. So
yeah, man. If you guys haven't had an opportunity to check out Gary's music, go on YouTube and just Google type his name in, and he's got at least 4 or 5 projects out there that when I first heard them just blew my mind. And I couldn't believe that I had not even heard who he was.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I listen to a lot of music, and how did he slip by me like that? And then when I heard him, I called him up. I said, man, dude, I would be honored to work with you, and then we kind of, got to know each other a little bit and talked about a lot of music, and now we're just like in a zone, so to speak, really. So
yeah. Actually, you had given me a project. You and Lamech. You guys remember Lamech? Lamech is his son.
Yeah.
You gave me a project that I want to play a little snippet of if I can.
Yeah,
you are at the Catalina Jazz Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a little couple inserts on there, and Gary is on there, Costella's on there, you are on there, Lamech is on there, and I'm like, everybody's on here.
Yeah, Jay's on there too. Yeah.
I'm like, Wow. So we'll hopefully we'll get a chance to play it. I'll probably play it towards the end. We're almost at the
Okay.
end, but I want to get maybe a few more questions in, and then allow you to give some remarks if you want to.
Yeah.
I know. I know that you work real close with your son, and I know that you. I know he was homeschooled, and
Yep.
you really poured into him the arts of music. What is that like to see him just? I mean, it.
Yeah.
And he's a young man. I mean, he's smart. He's focused. I mean, not everybody his age is. I'm just being real. When I was his age, I don't think I was that focused. And just to see him, and he's just climbing, and he knows his craft and his confidence at a young age. I'm just so proud of him. I remember when he came on the show last year, he gave me a snippet, and he was at NAMM, and he did a competition. He wasn't even, he was just fiddling around and won.
That's right. That's right. He won the grand prize. It was the first annual
Oh my gosh.
Gibson guitar competition over there.
Yeah.
And he was like, he didn't even want to do it, and I guess he said something inside of him said, just go do it for fun, and fool around and won the entire guitar competition.
Won the whole thing. Yeah.
I think they had over like 40
Oh my
players,
goodness.
something like that. And
But what is that like? Like, how does that feel to see your son or your seed, and you've poured into him, and just, I mean, he's hitting #1 on the charts, and this is he's young. When he gets he's doing this now. When he gets your age, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, we're not ready.
Get ready. He's coming.
I know he is with a force.
Yeah, he's coming. Well, Kat, that's what happens when you invest in your children, and, for me, I went through public school system, as you saw, this high school I graduated from. And that was one experience. And it was okay, and I'll be honest with you, it was not the best environment to learn. And that's just my opinion. And we all have them. But I said to myself, when and if I am blessed enough to have children, and I only have one, I'm going to take it upon myself to educate my own children. So, because, I've got a college degree, I've been to school, and I know what I want them to learn. I want them to learn, I wanted him to learn his history, about his history and where he came from, and not anybody else's history. And, I didn't want his image of himself to be, the image of a slave at the bottom of a ship, being sold in slavery and these kind of things. I wanted him to know who he was before that. So
King.
That right there, king, absolutely. So that right there is the foundation. Okay. And as a so-called Black man in America, I had to go back and research, who am I and where I came from, and to get in touch with my reality. And so from there, when you give your children that foundation, just like all the other nations of children, all the other nationalities, they have a foundation of where their land is, where they came from. Chinese children come from Chinese, Russian children come from Russia, and on and on. Korean children come from Korea, and they have that foundation. French children come from France, on and on.
Yeah.
Where do Black kids come from? Where's Black land at? There's nothing on the map called Black land. Okay, so I'm not going to divert to that whole thing, but I'm giving you that as a precursor to know that Lamech has a foundation that is embedded in the truth and who he is as a person and his nationality. And with that, he can conquer the world. And so from there, we went from that foundation into, okay, what do you want to do with your life? You understand what I'm saying? You want you got two parents. One is a musician and the other one's a mathematician. So you got two choices, buddy. And well, you really got three choices. You got music, math, or if you come up with something else, then you could do that as well, right? But whatever you're going to do, I need to know what it is. So as a parent, I can invest in that and I can support you in that and make sure that you win at whatever it is you want to do. Well, he chose music. To my surprise, because I didn't put any pressure on him. No, I did give him, encouragement, and over the years, introduced him to music and recording and all these things and things like that. But I never put any pressure on him to become a musician. I always left that door open and said, look, you can always do that. But if you want to be a pilot or a rocket engineer, or you want to be book author or whatever, man. You know,
You can
just
be
let me
whatever
know.
you want. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Hmm.
as a parent, I will invest in that. I will ensure that whatever door that needs to be open for you to get to wherever your end game is and end goal is, I'm gonna do the best I can to make sure that happens. So fortunately, it was music, and you know, I'd already paved the way in my own career. So a lot of those doors, you know, I had some of the keys to those doors already. So we just walked him on in through there, and the rest is history, as I say. You know, he got signed
Wow.
to a label, and what is this now? 3 years later, he's got a
Wow.
record out. And he's got two #1 Billboard hits on that album.
For those of you who don't know, Lamech will be coming. Um, where is Lamech? He's coming soon.
I think
He will be here in February, like the first,
okay.
I think the first week in February. So he's coming very soon. So you all get a chance to experience Lamech again.
The 9th.
The 9th of February. All right. I can't wait, Lamech. All right. So the time on the wall, we're getting close to the hour, but I wanted to give you some time if you wanted to have some final words of this, if it's something that I missed that you want to let the people know. I think I tried to drain every little thing out, but I might have missed something. So just want to open up the floor for you.
No, other than Kat, thank you again for inviting me to this platform and to your wonderful home here at Friday Night Live. It's an honor. You're like the Barbara Walters of smooth jazz and contemporary jazz. So for me to be here,
Give me the
you
tissue.
know, no, you don't need no tissue for real. You just, I'm telling you, you are, man. So when I got the opportunity to meet you and you invited me to come be a part of your family over here, I was ecstatic about it. And now to be the first one this year, hey, man, that's even a more status for me. I can say I was the first one in 2024, you know?
Yes.
So
Yes.
thanks, man. I appreciate being here. And I hope you guys enjoy the music. I hope you guys enjoy the experience that I'm putting out there in the music world. And anytime you need me here, just holler, man.
Oh, well, you know, you're like my big brother. I have adopted your family. Um, but
Yeah.
Gerard, Quintin, it has been an honor, and I'm just humbled that you have. I mean, because I know that you're busy. I mean, this is one of the greats, y'all, and I'm just so humbled and honored every time you have time to come and hang out with us. Best wishes on your new project. Tell me something. Is it already out? Can we get it, or when will it be out?
No, yeah,
It's out
it came out on this past Monday, the 15th, and it hits radio on this coming Monday. So
this coming Monday. Okay.
on the 22nd,
Okay.
it actually goes for ads on all the radio stations. So you guys will hopefully be hearing it next week, actually, on the radio.
Yeah, you got to check it out.
Yeah.
Definitely want to give some shout outs. You got some family members here. We got so many people. You brought
Awesome.
everybody over here. I don't have time to give personal shout outs because of the time, but I definitely want to give shout outs to
Hey, everybody. Thank
everybody.
y'all for
Everybody.
supporting your
Thank
boy
you
over
so much. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Quintin,
ma'am.
when time permits, I would love to have you come back and
Mhm.
hang out with us again.
Absolutely.
If it's okay with you, I wanted to end the show with the Catalina, a little snippets of the Catalina Jazz Fest.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You all have a great week, and Lord willing, stay warm. It's cold here. And Lord willing, I know I see your head on. Lord willing, we'll see you next week. So you all enjoy the Catalina Jazz Fest. This is just little snippets of it. You can catch it. You can go on YouTube and actually look at the whole thing. It's about 45 minutes to an hour long.
Yeah, it's about 43 minutes. It's kind of like a smooth jazz documentary of me and Lamech, the father-son duo.
Okay. Oh, we got to say who won do you have a winner? Okay. So the winner, I forgot. I'm sorry. The winner. Wait.
Dr. Carter. Dr. Carter. Dr. Carter.
This is the correct answer we were looking for. Did you know that's what it was, Quintin?
Yeah, it was books. Yeah, that was mine.
All right. So who is our winner, Cheryl?
The winner is The winner is Karen Gill. She gets the cork board.
Karen Gill, Gill. Congratulations, Karen. I need you to go to my. You know who that is?
No.
Oh, okay. I need you to go to my inbox on Facebook, Friday Night Live inbox, and send me your mailing address, and I will be sending this to you. You can put your hot pots on these. Yeah. All right. So you all enjoy. This is Quintin and his son Lamech and some other greats. You all check this out. Love you, Quintin. Thank you so
Love
much.
you too,
All
Dr.
right.
Wallace. Thank you, Kat.
All right.
Don't you tell the people about the father and son duo?
Yeah. Well, my name is Quintin Gerard W. I'm also known as the funky sax player. Play saxophone for many years, and this is my son Lamech.
Nice to meet you.
Nice, nice to meet you as well. And who is now an up-and-coming smooth jazz star in terms of guitar. And we both have had records, singles released in the last year.
Yeah, we had my first single came out in September of 2022, and in November of that year, I went #1 on Billboard Smooth Jazz Airplay charts.
What's the name of that record?
It was called Commotion. That was my first single, and my father, he had his first Billboard #1 named Broken Promises, which actually came out before mine did.
Yep.
But as fate would have it, I had 4 weeks at #1 with Commotion, and the week, 2 weeks after I left #1, his went to #1 with Broken Promises. And so, as far as the genre knows, that's the first time that's ever happened in this genre. That's not a thing that happens. So, that was a very huge milestone in our careers. He's been very, very established artist since long before I was born, and he, finally got his recognition, and he's got his achievements and accolades as long as us. So it's a shared experience, and
everybody's kind of gravitating to this father-son thing now.
Did, and especially since we had another success as well this past summer. So in March, I released my next single, Groove Central, featuring a good friend of mine, Ryan Lavalette. And my father, a month later, released his second single for this year, On a Roll. And come May, I went to #1, and I had #1 for 5 weeks this time, all the way from end of May to June. And at the end of June, at the end of the 5 weeks, my dad kicked me out the #1 spot, and he went #1 for 3 weeks. So we had that was an actual back-to-back father-son #1 on the Billboard, which we know hasn't happened before. So this is a very cool opportunity. We just performed at the Catalina Jazz Tracks Festival on Catalina Island, California. Amazing show so far. All we've got was just stellar reviews from a lot of prominent people in the industry, and we're going to be doing a lot more shows together and separate in the future. And so anybody that's watching that likes smooth jazz, I definitely say come see us live. We put on one heck of a show.
Yeah.